What's up guys, Gavin Wong here. Today I'm going to be doing a full review of Kostya Kimlat's Roadrunner Cull Volume 1. Now, I know this is an older product, but I really want to do a review on this as I've been finding myself using the Roadrunner Cull more and more lately as I work on putting together new routines and sets. I also don't see any current reviews on YouTube for this, which is honestly a shame. I think this was originally released in like 2007 and gained a lot of popularity in 2015 when Kostya Kimlat fooled Penn and Teller on Fool Us Season 2. In fact, watching Fool Us was when I heard of Kostya Kimlat and his Roadrunner Cull for the first time. The links to purchase the Roadrunner Cull are down in the video description below, and it's currently available for purchase for $45. In this video, we'll take a look at the performance videos, the effect, what's on the download, the versatility of the move, the difficulty level, and finally, my recommendation on whether I think it's worth purchasing or not. As always, this is not a paid review and is just my honest opinion as a hobbyist. Without further ado, let's look at the trailer video.
Stand by, camera one. Cue talent.
That's that. 7 of spades. Perfect.
How far down the deck would you say the ace of spades is right now?
Right there. Right there. That's a good estimate.
Because there's a little bit of magic in there that's quite personal that I like a lot.
The three key elements to making the call look good are rhythm, speed, and timing. And that's through the diamonds. That's exactly.
I don't even want to know how you did that.
That's a wrap.
Now, let's talk about the effect and the cull itself. The Roadrunner Cull is essentially a multi-card cull based on the Hofstadter spread cull. When done correctly, it allows you to move and separate multiple cards under the guise of simply spreading through the deck. Now, if you're thinking, that's it, then you're failing to see the huge number of uses that this move has. Not only does this allow you to separate cards like black from red or face up from face down, it allows you to place certain cards just where you want them. So think of a typical 4-card production, for example. Your usual 4-card production requires all cards to either start on the top or the bottom of the deck, or some sort of combination of both, right? Well, that makes it hard to do a 4-card production from a genuinely shuffled deck of cards impromptu on the fly. In comes the Roadrunner Cull, where you can now secretly move all 4 cards to the top, and then you do your 4-card production from there. The same idea applies to tricks that need a setup where certain cards need to be on top or bottom of the deck. The tricks that require the 4 aces, or the 4 aces and 4 kings, or all cards of the same suit on top of the deck. The tricks where you usually need to do a deck switch or use as your opening trick because you have to have the setup involved. Those tricks can now be done impromptu on the fly. In fact, when I was first learning Magic, I stayed away from those tricks that required a certain stack or setup because I thought it would be too cumbersome to do. I only looked at impromptu effects because I wanted to be able to pick up any deck cards and perform those tricks right away. With this cull, I can now pretty much do all those tricks that required a setup because I just moved those cards into place under the guise of looking through the cards. It opened up a whole new repertoire of tricks that I can now perform on the fly at any given time. I personally use the Roadrunner Cull for card productions, sandwich effects, oil and water routines, triumph effects, mystery card plots, etc. The list goes on and on. I honestly can't think of a routine or set that I put together where I don't utilize the Roadrunner Cull in one way or another. So that's a quick look at some of the things that you can accomplish using the Roadrunner Cull. So now that you know what the Roadrunner Cull is, let's look at what you get with your purchase of $45. The download from Penguin Magic has a total runtime of 104 minutes and 14 seconds. In the download, we get a very young-looking Kostya Kimlat himself doing all of the teaching. The instructional part of the video is about 49 minutes long alone. That's a lot of detail at a really good slow pace. He goes into great detail on the moves, the finger positions, the speed, timing, rhythm, etc. Literally nothing goes uncovered in the instructional video. He also provides camera angles from above, below, and he even uses clear cards to show what everything looks like unobstructed. I honestly wish more instructional videos used clear cards, and it's very easy to see what's happening. He goes over a lot of the things in addition to just the basic culling. Here's a screenshot from Kostya's site about what he covers in the video. tons of different uses and tips on what you can use the cull for. The rest of the 55 minutes of the video is spent on live performances where Kostya uses the cull and then the tutorials on those performances. The performance videos are great because you get to see Kostya's staple tricks in real time. He goes over 5 great performances in good detail, including the Caligula Triumph, which is a routine that fooled Penn and Teller themselves. There's fantastic, very clear and concise teaching by Kostya throughout the whole video. You couldn't ask for more here. Alright, so what's the angles like when using the Roadrunner Cull? It's honestly really good, and you can do it surrounded 360 degrees without any spectators seeing anything if done properly. The only angle where anybody can see anything is up from below. So if somebody is down below and looking up at the underside of the cards as you do it, they'll see something fishy, as that's where all the dirty work happens. I don't think it's a real concern though, because nobody should be looking up at the cards from below anyways. The audience should be looking at the faces of the cards just as you are when you're spreading through the deck. So yeah, I would say the angles are pretty much 360 degrees surrounded. I'm going to keep this section short and sweet because by now you've seen how versatile the Roadrunner Cull is. Kostya Kimlat goes over using the Cull as a convincing card control, a key card placement, setting up a stack, etc. I love a good utility move and would gladly pay more for that utility move over a one-trick gimmick. The Roadrunner Cull is just that. It's a fantastic utility move that has endless uses. This is probably the second most used move in my repertoire right after the double lift. It's really that useful. There's literally nothing else for me to say here. So what's the difficulty of the Cull? On Kostya's site, it says that this is a card magic class for intermediate to advanced magicians, difficulty level 5 out of 5. I would say some of the most advanced uses of the Roadrunner Cull, like a full deck separation, red from black, face up from face down, yes, that's a 5 out of 5 on difficulty. However, for something like culling 4 of a kind or using it as a card control, that's more intermediate, and I would say the difficulty level for that specifically is probably closer to a 3 or 4 out of 5. In general, the more cards you want to cull, the harder it is. I think I was able to do the 4 of a kind cull after about a month of practice, and it took me a few more months after that to be able to start doing the red and black cards separation. And even now, years after purchasing it, I'm still perfecting some of the little subtleties and making it look as smooth as possible when doing the full deck cull. So that's just to give you guys some perspective of how long it took me to get certain things down. I feel like this is one of those easy to learn, hard to master moves. There are a lot of things like timing, rhythm, speed, etc. that Kostya goes over that you really need to get down in order to get it to look smooth and flawless. That's the most difficult part and will take a significant amount of practice. So yeah, mastering the Roadrunner Cull is definitely difficult, but put in the work and you won't be disappointed. Okay guys, we finally made it to the end. In summary, the positives are, this is a super versatile move that has limitless uses. Using the Cull, many tricks that require setup can now be done impromptu on the fly. It's pretty much angle proof and can be done 360 degrees surrounded except from the bottom looking up. The instructional video is fantastic and taught in great detail, and even comes with 5 great tricks that Kostya teaches himself. And my negatives are the level of difficulty. This is one of those easy to learn, hard to master tricks that could honestly take you, years to really get down and master. It also comes with a $45 price tag, which might be a turnoff to some. In fact, I think it's currently the most expensive purchase that I've made on Penguin Magic to date. But honestly, it's worth every penny to me. So my final recommendation on this product is that it is a must buy. If you're an intermediate or advanced level magician looking to take your card magic to the next level, then this is a must for you. It will open up such a large number of tricks that you can now perform impromptu, it's ridiculous. The move is so versatile, you'll find an endless number of tricks that you can use it for. If you're a beginner level magician who wants to get serious about their sleight of hand, then also consider taking a look at this. The tips in the video will instantly make your Hofstadter spread cull better, and it will give you something to work towards in the longer run. Kostya Kimlat's teaching is great. It's very detailed, there's good lighting, there's clear sound, you get multiple camera angles from above and below, and he also uses see-through cards. It also includes 5 fantastic routines. Like, you literally couldn't ask for a better instructional video. It's well worth the $45 if you ask me. Seriously guys, Take a look at this if you don't already know how to do multiple card cull or a whole deck cull. This will change your life. And with that, my review of Roadrunner Cull Volume 1 is complete. I hope you guys found this video informational and useful, and hopefully I've introduced something new to the folks who are relatively new to Magic and haven't heard of it yet. If you love the Roadrunner Cull as much as I do, consider taking a look at Roadrunner Cull Volume 2, The Cull Continues, where Kostya takes an even closer look at the technique and handling to make the cull look absolutely flawless, in addition to the new effects and tricks that utilize the cull. Finally, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comments below. Also, let me know what routines or tricks you're using the Roadrunner Cull for. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Thanks.